your permission. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to most warmly welcome His Excellency Xi Jinping, the President of the People's Republic of China. He is the leader of our great neighbor, China, and an international statesman. President Xi is also a dear brother and a great friend of Pakistan. Our entire nation receives him with immense affection. Pakistan-China friendship is best captured by poetry when the streets of our two countries echo with the expressions, "Our friendship is higher than mountains, deeper than oceans, sweeter than honey, and stronger than steel." There is strong public sentiment driving our relationship, but there is also solid basis to it. The most prominent hallmarks of our relations are consistency and resilience. Times have changed. There have been political changes in China and Pakistan, and there have been major regional and international developments. But our ties have remained robust. 4 generations of our leaders and people have sustained them with passion and wisdom. Today we have planned for the future. Our relations are based on the shared ideals and principles of mutual trust, mutual benefit, and mutual respect. Chinese president's visit to Pakistan have always been historic. This visit too is historic. It is a watershed in the history of our relations. Together with President Xi, we have taken momentous decisions that will raise Pakistan-China relations to new heights and will have deep and far-reaching impact for our common economic future and peace and stability in the region. Today, we have decided to elevate our relationship to all-weather strategic cooperative partnership. We reviewed regional and international developments and agreed to make coordinated efforts for peace and security in the region. I informed the President that Pakistan desires a peaceful neighborhood to focus on pursuing growth and delivering prosperity to the people. To this end, we want peaceful relations with all our neighbors. This corridor will benefit all provinces and areas in Pakistan and transform our country into a regional hub and pivot for commerce and investment. It will also enable China to create a shorter and cheaper route for trade and investment with South, Central, and West Asia, and the Middle East and Africa. This corridor will become a symbol for peace and prosperity. Today, the two sides have signed 51 agreements and MOUs for projects which have sound financial and technical backing and are being put on a fast track. President Xi welcomed the resolute steps taken by Pakistan to counter the menace of terrorism and extremism, especially since the launch of Operation Zarb-e-Azb. He also recognized the sacrifices being rendered by the armed forces and people of Pakistan in our effort to root out the menace of militancy and terrorism. We have resolved to continue to cooperate to fight terrorism until we have cleansed our soils of this evil. I assured President Xi that Pakistan considers China's security as important as its own security. The visit allowed us to coordinate our positions on important multilateral issues ahead of the 70th anniversary of the founding of the United Nations. Both countries affirmed their common desire to work closely to secure our interests in the United Nations reform process. President Xi Jinping has endorsed Pakistan's bid for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, as a full member. We appreciate China's support in this regard. Pakistan welcomes China's policy of increased engagement with its neighboring countries. We share President Xi's vision for peace and prosperity in the region, which would be built on the dual principles of comprehensive security and win-win cooperation. We envisaged and planned more frequent people-to-people contacts in this year of friendly exchanges between think tanks, media, youth, academics, and artists. Let me reiterate, friendship with China is the cornerstone of Pakistan's foreign policy. With these brief remarks, I have the pleasure to invite His Excellency, President Xi Jinping, for his comments. Thank you.
Minister Nawaz Sharif, dear ministers, and friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to meet with the reporters and friends. This is my first visit to the beautiful and friendly country of Pakistan. I would like to thank the government and the people of Pakistan for the solemn and for the warm reception and for the thoughtful arrangements accorded to me and the Chinese delegation. For my current visit, its major purpose and goal is to cement the traditional friendly relations, deepen practical cooperation, and build and set up a strategic framework of China-Pakistan cooperation over the next 5 to 10 years. Just now, with Prime Minister Sharif, I held very fruitful talks, and together the two of us witnessed the signing of a series of cooperation agreements. We attended the inauguration ceremonies and the video connection events on many projects. I feel satisfied with the rich deliverables of the visit. The two sides agreed to elevate China-Pakistan relations to an all-weather strategic cooperative partnership, to enrich the dimensions and contents of the China-Pakistan community of shared destiny. The Chinese side highly appreciates Pakistani side's outstanding contribution to the international counterterrorism efforts. We support the Pakistani side to move forward its counter-terrorism strategy in light of its own national conditions and are prepared and willing to continue to help the Pakistani side to strengthen capacity building to fight terrorism. The two sides agreed that they will take the building of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor as the center and prioritize and focus on the 4 areas of Gwadar Port, the transportation infrastructure, energy and industry cooperation to form a 1+4 cooperation layout. The building of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor concerns and has a bearing on the national strategy, livelihoods of the two countries, and their long-term development. The two sides believe that the layout and construction of the corridor should take into account the interests of various sides and various regions of Pakistan, so that the building of the corridor will benefit the broad number of people. Just now, among the cooperation documents that I and Prime Minister Sharif signed or witnessed the signing, more than 30 of them concerns the corridor building. They include the supporting facilities of the Gwadar port, the second phase of the upgrading project for the Karakoram Highway, the motorway project between Karachi and Lahore, the rail transportation Orange Line project of Lahore, and other major transportation infrastructure projects and a series of energy programs. These programs span across the provinces and areas of Pakistan, and the two sides have also made it clear that they will include the central and western lines of the corridor in the long and mid-term plans, and I believe this will help the comprehensive, balanced, and steady growth of the corridor building. The Chinese side stands ready to continue to support Pakistan's economic and social development. We have decided to provide free economic assistance to the Pakistan side for the rehabilitation of the Bewajilistan areas and the livelihoods programs to the interest of Pakistani sides. The two sides agreed to jointly ensure the success of the activities to mark the year of friendly exchanges between China and Pakistan in 2015 to promote the friendly exchanges in all areas and fields. And in order to commend the contribution made by relevant persons and groups and organizations to promote the two countries' friendship, I will confer the Friendship Award of the 5 Principles of Peaceful Coexistence to the 7 civil persons and representatives of groups in Pakistan. The two sides agreed to further step up the policy coordination and strategic collaboration to uphold the common interests of the two countries and the vast number of developing countries. China appreciates and supports the Pakistani side to pursue a good neighborly foreign policy. The two sides agreed to strengthen communication and coordination on Afghanistan in order to jointly push ahead the Afghan reconciliation process and play a constructive role to achieve Afghan's peace and stability. The Chinese side welcomes and supports Pakistan to join the Shanghai Cooperation Organization as a full member. The founding father of Pakistan, Jinnah, once said that only through united and consistent efforts can we turn our ideal into reality. An old saying in China also says that when brothers are united in their purpose, the strength is strong enough to cut off the metals. It is for China and Pakistan to be forever good brothers that are united with each other and offer each other mutual help and assistance. For us, we always place relations with Pakistan in a priority direction in China's foreign policy, and we are willing to work in close cooperation with Pakistan so that our cooperation will bring even more benefits to the peoples of the two countries, so that we can pass down this tradition of friendship from generation to generation. With that, I end my remarks. Thank you.